for me, the most surprising part is the facts, the shocking facts. For example, women are busy with I don't know, sexual affairs and how and how they've been, hurt or affected by, you know, I don't know, violence or, or how much, money has been spent, on TV commercials, so, and it, for me, really surprising, shocking.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I kind of just found it really interesting how they depict women in all those TV commercials. But the funny part is that they don't make up much of the population. Like, they said that they made up like 41% of it or something. But but in like the TV commercials, it's like they make up almost like more than 50% of it. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I don't know. It's like they make up more. Like, usually in commercials you don't see men as much, but you usually just see women. They're not involved in like government. Like, they don't run, you don't see much of them running for office. I don't know, it's not interesting.
I already knew about a lot of the things mentioned in the movie just because we watched a movie previously in the class that's pretty much the same thing, except that there was like this one lady in there, it was like Jean something, she kept talking about how women were misrepresented, just like how the entire thing was about. So, yeah. It was definitely, like, I already knew about it. I've already known that women are misrepresented. It's just, there were a lot of things that were shocking, of course, like you mentioned, like all the facts. It's like you don't notice how bad they are until you actually see the facts. You're just like, whoa, that's really bad. And I wish that it was a lot better. Just wish it was. I mean, in what ways do you feel pressure to conform to the media-generated images of what it means to be a man or a woman in your case?
I have no idea. I don't know.
So you're not pressured into being skinny, into wearing makeup, into wearing specific clothing?
Okay, I'll admit that my cousins do pressure me to do that, but I don't want to.
So your cousins, but what about like any TV shows, commercials, anything?
No.
Yeah, me too, because it really depends on you, if you don't really like it, so you can simply fight against the pressure,
Yeah. I don't know, we're like both young enough and old enough to not really care about it, because we're young enough in the sense of we have not yet been pressured, but at the same time we're old enough so that we cannot be pressured.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
So for me, like, I don't really feel very much media-generated images don't really pressure me too much.
What if they just portray the average man or woman, not show off? Well,
what is the average man or woman?
I don't know.
For example, there should be some law that to stop maybe showing that much TV commercials, or maybe to use women as a way to to promote some products. So it's good one, and also something to do with women, because they might be interested to be shown like this, So you have to look for the problem. So maybe they have some problems in their family they grew up,
It was like definitely one way to change it, like you were bringing up a little bit about like the average person. So not just find someone who fits the average look, but more like just get normal people to be on TV, to be in little media clips of any sort, to be represented in the media. So that's like just normal people, everyday people, rather than just like these people that are thought to be average. It's more like just get people who are average rather than people, or even strange people, doesn't really matter, just get regular people on TV in the media.
Yeah.
That's what we need. No matter the gender, no matter the race, no matter anything.
Yes, you're right. I think, I really like to be represented as powerful, as capable as men, you know, I am woman and you know you're man, you know, or for example, it's or I'm you know I'm white, you're black, you know. I don't really like this, you know. So I'm a woman. I'm able to do you know to do as many things that I like, and you are a man, so you are able to do you know many things. So. I don't really like to use, you know, to be used as a, you know, I don't know, as like a beautiful picture, you know, that draws others attention, you know, every attractive. Why? Because you know someone is selling, you know, their product. So I don't really like this because I think I'm thought as a you know as a doll, you know. I don't really like this. You know?
Yeah. So going off of what you said about getting men and women to be whoever they want to be, so obviously that would include like how the movie was saying about having men being emotional or having women be powerful, but not just powerful just in the sense of like sexually, but any regard, any sense.
You know, before people seeing my beauty, you know, just seeing my you know power, you know, for example how I can be successful at school, you know, or how I can be a successful manager, you know, or I can be a successful politician, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that it's you know it's really related to women, you know, how they represent you know themselves.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't like to be seen as a you know as a doll, so no one can force me, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it really depends on women. So
yeah. Okay, so how can we change our cultural mindset to be more accepting of women in leadership?
personally, I think by changing, you know, our thoughts, you know, as women, that I want to be a successful leader. You know, once I change my mind as a woman, so and then I will grow up a girl that will things like this, you know, and then it will continue.
Yeah, that's what
well, I think I actually agree with you. I think that, well, I think we have to look at what women are good at, like what are like how well they're educated, kind of not just like their sexuality or whatever. We have to look at like their knowledge, and I think that if we're going to continue to build up their knowledge, they can actually be just as powerful as men. They can be really smart. They can become involved in leadership, like getting involved in the government. They can make changes like to the environment, like you were talking about. I mean, they can make big differences. So I kind of think that if we kind of stop looking at their sexuality or whatever, we could actually just like change also like how they're being portrayed in the magazines. Like instead of like using them to advertise objects or whatever, we can use them to advertise something good, like trying to save the environment.
Yeah. So these, you know, we definitely need to make sure that all that can happen, but the culture still needs to find a way to accept that mindset. We can't just like put it out there because they'll just ignore it if we just put all that information and all that and hope that they accept it. So one way that we could possibly bring about that change in mindset would be, well, this film definitely changed our mindset, and so we can have people like kind of force them as well, but definitely make suggestions that people watch these types of films, and so they can see like this is what the facts are, this is what the effects are, this is what's happening. We need to change it, and so that if anyone like men, women, children, even they obviously have to make a child version of this because this might be a little bit too mature for children. But still, like make sure that everyone sees that we have a problem here, we need to fix it, and so people end up changing their mindset by seeing that there's something wrong. And also just with accepting women in leadership, and in general we need to have those that are in leadership come together and find a way to talk to the people and get them to see that we are just as powerful. We are not some sex object. We are not just out there to be a beautiful leader. We're out there to be a smart leader too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.